Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got a video by Hoops Reference, man. Link to his channel in the description below, titled the Midseason Winners of Every NBA Award. So we're at about the midway through that blah blah beep blah 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 beep beep of the NBA season. And yeah, I will say, like, initially, I know for a fact my award predictions I did before the season, so off. Probably actually a reaction for another day. I think I had Pokashevsky as the most improved player. Who's Pokashevsky, you might ask? He's on the OKC Thunder, man. You didn't know. He had been playing like the most improved player, man. So, yeah, we're going to go through this right here. As we go through, I'll give you guys also, like, what I'm kind of thinking my mid-seasons are. But, yeah, man, let's check this out. Check this out.
The NBA season is 82 games long, and we've gotten now to the point where pretty much every team has played at least 41 games.
Yeah, it's mid-season point, for sure.
The midway point of the season. The first half of the year provided a ton of excitement, intrigue, surprise, and breakouts not only in the standings
and bitch-assness if you're a Pistons fan.
Players. The race for each major award is incredibly competitive right now, and there are so many
Giannis MVP right now, by the way.
Spot, which brings us to the topic of today's video. Today, we'll be going through every major NBA award, and we'll be picking out who I believe would win it if the season were to end today, along with two close runner-ups who are still very much in the race and could possibly overtake the current leader if they were to pick things up even more in the second half. The awards today include the Sixth Man of the Year, Most Improved Player, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and, of course, the MVP.
There we go.
Before we start, though, I want to thank Prize
Picks. Y'all can go watch the video if y'all want to see the sponsorship, man. Oh, what's this? What's this? Here we go, man. You know, go help the... Yeah, man, yo, guys! Go do this for the new man, Hoops Reference, guys. Promo code reference, okay? There you all go, man.
Then go use the link in the description of this video to sign up today and use promo code reference to receive... Also,
I think he said he's not doing Coach of the Year. Just for my personal preference, I would say Coach of the Year is Bickerstaff for Cleveland Cavaliers, man. You know, straight up.
% deposit match bonus.
That's my Coach of the Year.
$100. Once again, thank you to Prize Picks for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back into the topic at hand.
All right.
The first award we'll be discussing today is the Sixth Man of the Year, and the player who would win it at the halfway point of the season this year is Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat. This is the award that probably has the biggest gap.
I would say another one maybe would be, I mean, Jordan Clarkson's always up there. I'm trying to guess the runner-ups too, and maybe even like a Tyus Jones. I feel like what he'd been doing and stuff, man. You know, is like backup point guard or something has been pretty damn spectacular.
Between the front runner,
but a lot of it too was also, you know, when Ja Morant was injured.
Off the bench for the Heat this season has simply been on another level. He's the team's second leading scorer, putting up 21 points per game, which is also the most a bench player is averaging this season. He's scoring the ball very efficiently.
Yeah, he's gonna get it for sure.
Too, and he's been healthy pretty much the whole year to help keep the team up.
Could even get most improved.
Many of his teammates have missed a significant amount of time. It will take a lot for someone to overtake him for this award, but that doesn't mean that there aren't other players worthy of discussing in the race, as two runner-ups here behind him are Kelly Oubre of the Hornets and Kevin Love of the Cavaliers. Oubre is having himself a nice bounce-back season after a disappointing year with the Warriors last year, as he's regained his shooting streak.
How has Jordan Clarkson been this year?
And is playing much more aggressively now, on his way to averaging a nice 17 points per game. Kevin Love's reemergence has also been great to see, as he looked pretty unmotivated over the last few years in Cleveland, but now with the Cavs breaking out, he's rediscovered his three-point shot, making over 40% of his attempts from deep, he's scoring about 14 points a night, and he's grabbing the second most rebounds per game amongst bench players too.
That actually is really nice to see.
The next award up is the Most Improved Player.
That's who I was going to say too,
leading the
for
way
sure.
Here at the midway point of the season is Ja Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies. This is probably the award that was the most difficult to narrow down because there are genuinely so many worthy candidates in the running. But right now, Morant stands out above the rest of the pack. He went from a borderline all-star last season to being a potential MVP candidate, and his ability to lead this young...
And he also has, you know, Pelican fans thinking second, about Zion being the #1 pick.
Grizzlies team to heights nobody thought was possible.
Him and Ingram would have been sick
to watch. The Grizzlies are currently in third place in the West, after being picked by most to be, at best, a play-in team. Morant has shown time and time again that he plays his best against the best teams too, And now, as for the runner-ups here, I actually have Morant's teammate Desmond Bane in the mix, along with DeJounte Murray of the Spurs. Second-year
Both
players
great
like
choices.
Bane don't usually get this much love in the award for Most Improved Player because improvement from year 1 to year 2 is expected, but he's exceeding any and all expectations anyone could have possibly had for him. He was used...
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't mean to hop on the bandwagon, but yeah, the Grizzlies very well could become my second favorite team to root for in the NBA. Right now, number 1 is the Pistons, obviously. Number 2, I would say... I've been pretty big on Cleveland, I would say, man. I've been pretty big on Cleveland this year.
Primarily as a spot-up shooter as a rookie, and he was really damn good in that role already. But this season, he's become a legitimate threat to attack off the dribble and create for himself as well. And because of it, he's become the team's second leading scorer, behind Morant, putting up about 18 points per game, which is about double what he was putting up as a rookie. As for Murray, he had been a player who made a name for himself as a defender in the past, already making an all-defense team.
Yo, I'm going to say, too, about DeJounte Murray. If he ends up leaving the Spurs at any point, do better get, like, a damn Supermax contract or something. I know that's not impossible going to a new team, but he deserves a Supermax, because the reason I say that is look at the impact that DeMar DeRozan had on a new basketball team. You know, it's like people weren't recognizing DeRozan being great. I knew he was good on the Spurs, but, you know, man, being the Spurs and not the most popular team in the NBA, no disrespect, but yeah, look what happened when he went to the Bulls. It's like he was the same dude he was on the Raptors, if not better.
He's a legitimate triple-double threat every night, averaging a crazy stat line of 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists per game, taking massive strides offensively as a primary ball handler. The next award up is the Rookie of the Year award, and the current leader halfway through the season is Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mobley's identity as a prospect when he got drafted was that he had the potential to be an elite defender. And right away in year 1, he's already been showcasing exactly that. Mobley is already one of the most versatile defenders in the entire league, as not only does he protect the rim at an elite level, but he's also someone who can comfortably hold his own out on the perimeter, and his presence has been a massive reason why the Cavaliers are all of a sudden a top 3 defensive team after spending years near the bottom of that list in the past. Then offensively, Mobley is scoring about 15 points per game. He's a good pick and roll big man with soft touch around the rim.
He's the new Chris Bosh.
He's a pretty good passer for a player his size too.
The new Chris Bosh.
As for the runner-ups in this award, we have Franz Wagner,
Go Cade! And Michigan man,
Franz has been the most surprising rookie this season, showing off an ability to score the ball in so many ways that not many people knew he was capable of when he got drafted, because he just didn't show it off as often when he was in college. He came in as a defensive prospect as well, and he too has been a very good defender.
I knew he was going to be a good defensive player. That's like the number one thing I noticed at Michigan, is that because he's like 6'9", but the way he plays passing lanes, and just like the way, you know, some players are like long, but they don't know how to use it. Like Franz knows how to use his body to his advantage, and I feel like so many players, like another like prime example, not to like make this comparison, but like I feel like Kawhi Leonard's always been good at that, just playing the passing lanes and just kind of like his almost like defensive instincts and everything. Man, I see a lot of that with Franz Wagner.
But he's also averaging an efficient 15.5 points per game, which has him firmly in the running. Then with Cade Cunningham, he may have started slowly in his first few games,
which is understandable,
but as the season progressed, he's looked more and more comfortable, and he's now averaging about 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists per game.
And one bitch-ass ejection.
Is the Defensive Player of the Year,
Draymond.
And the leader at the midway point of the season right now is Draymond Green of the Golden State
Give it
Warriors.
to him, for sure.
Draymond is already someone with one of these awards.
Hoops has nailed it with his predictions.
To claim another one as the Warriors have re-emerged as contenders. The Warriors are the top-ranked defense thanks in large part to everything that Draymond does for them on that end, as his hustle and effort, versatility, rotational awareness, and timing are all unmatched.
Bro, I shoot just like Draymond.
To lose right now because he's really been sensational on defense all year long. As for the runner-ups here, we have Rudy Gobert and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Gobert has won 3 of the last 4 of these.
I would say when it comes down to like, you know, like MVP, there's always like a different type of narrative to be had. 6th man of the year. I mean, you can have some consistency with, you know, like Jamal Crawford and stuff like that, but I would say defensive player of the year, that one always feels like it stays like the same select few names really dominate that category, you know, for many years, man. Like Draymond, Rudy, Giannis, Anthony Davis. Like, it seems to always be like a rotation with like those 4, with maybe the exception of a new player being entered in.
Awards, and is still at the top of his game as a
What's that kid doing, man? Getting himself a selfie. Good for you, kid.
But while he's still in the running, he's no longer the front runner, as the Jazz as a team have trailed out of the top 10 defensively as a unit. Giannis is also a former winner of this award, and he too is dominating both ends of the floor this season, elevating the floor of the Bucks defensively.
Bro, just like Draymond.
Key contributors around him for most of the year. And finally, we've arrived at the biggest award, being, of course, the MVP, and the winner halfway through the season, to me at least, is Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks.
I would have said Curry, but not anymore.
Based on narrative from the media, you would probably think guys like Steph Curry or Kevin Durant are leading the way here, but the truth is that Giannis has probably been the most dominant on both ends of the floor, and his production has been...
And another name to toss in there too that just doesn't fit, you know, fun NBA narrative, which is what the award's so heavily based off of, is once again Jokic. Definitely Jokic. I would say right now, yeah, Giannis and Jokic, those are like my 1 and 2. Not necessarily in that order. I think you can make an argument for either one of them. As far as who's going to win it, I could see the NBA being like Curry or LeBron. I really could, but we'll see.
Completely ridiculous. He's averaging about 28.5 points, which is good for third best in the league. He's grabbing 11 rebounds per game. He's dishing out 6 assists per game. And as you just saw, he's also in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation, dominating both ends of the floor at an incredible
I'm convinced. Him or Jokic.
The Bucks have been without a lot of key contributors for extended periods of time this season, and yet the team is still firmly in the mix at the top of the Eastern Conference standings because of Giannis.
And even with that too, it's like you like after winning a championship, sometimes you see teams take like a big step back the next season. And this team just looks like they're ready to like make that same run and do it again.
And even though he's not the popular pick, he's the most deserving at this point in time. Now, as for the runner-ups here, we have Nikola Jokic of the Nuggets and Joel Embiid of the 76ers.
Good choices.
Jokic and Embiid were the 2 top candidates from last year's award race, and now this year, they're both doing a hell of a lot to carry their teams with lackluster supporting casts around them, as Jokic is now without Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., and the Sixers are playing without Ben Simmons, while that situation gets sorted out. They've been playing like some of the best players in the entire league this season, and they definitely deserve more respect for it. And with that being said, that's
okay. Yeah, I agree with all of his choices right here. Definitely like a well just constructed video and opinions and everything like that. I don't have any disagreements. You know, what do you guys all think, man? Let me know in the comment section below. Link to Hoop's channel description below. That's all we got. Peace out, my friends.